Morning Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie, a hippie in the wild today. And beautiful morning, the sun's up here in Sydney and we've seen the first game of Ange and the boys. What did you reckon out there? I've had a sleep on it and you know what, I thought it was alright. It was alright, there were some promising good things out there. But, you know, let's get the bad stuff out of the way first maybe. We lost 3-2, so the result didn't go our way. Even though we had like 30 shots on target. 30 shots odd, 12 shots on target. The bad for me out the game, it's the usual suspects, isn't it? Sanchez wasn't up to it. Richarlison was very disappointing, very disappointing. His touches were heavy. His positioning, I noticed that when Harry Kane was playing, it always looked like Harry Kane had acres of space around him. When Richarlison was playing, he was always like had two defenders near him at all times. He's not very good at finding space. He doesn't understand what the offside rule is. And I'm just wondering, are these chances going to start dropping for Richie? Or is he just not that good? And you know what, I don't know, man, I don't know. So, the usual suspects were there. Reguilon was a bit ordinary in defence. Porro, Royale, you know, it wasn't great. But on the positive side, I think we started the game at a really quite a slow tempo, quite unsure. But when we did get going, there were some nice patterns of play from Solomon. He had a great debut. Maddison showed us what he's all about. And then Basuma, towards the end of the first half, started Basumering it up and taking players on, and that was exciting to see. So I thought we finished the first half okay. We had a lot of possession, but you can see the boys are reverting to type a little bit, going a bit backwards and sideways when they're not sure what options they've got up the pitch. Which is fair enough, it's a new system. Ange said in his conference afterwards that he saw enough to see that the boys were trying, and at the moment this new pattern of play will be somewhat mechanical for them, which is understandable. But as they play more and more together and you'll start getting partnerships and more chemistry, it become more flowing. Excuse me, they'll feel the game. They'll feel the game is what Ange was saying, and I think that's fair enough. So I thought the debuts were great, actually. I thought Manuel Solomon really looked a bit tasty. Kulu was quiet in the first half. And then overall in the second half, I think even though, I suppose that was a lot of our B team out there, the tempo was quicker. It was snappier. I actually liked Devine, the look of him out on the right wing. Maybe there's some competition here between him and Kulu. That was pretty good. Adogi with a really nice finish to his goal. Couldn't even see the goal. Flicked it back with his head. That was great stuff. That was. Pape Sarr was flashes. Also in the first half, Skip was pretty anonymous. Didn't see much of Skippy. And in the second half, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, not the best. But overall, you know, Ange is, like I said before, he's turning around the Titanic with this team. We've been playing pragmatic football for 4 years, and a bit of that still crept in, which was disappointing. But when we were going forward, there were moments where you thought, you know what, this looks all right, considering it's the the first game for this new system, and Ange has only had the boys for you know, some of them just a few days after they've come back from international duty. I think my overall feeling, my overall impression is that, excuse me, I'm doing a bit of an Ange Postecoglou this morning, was that not a bad performance. It was a pretty good performance. We had 71% possession, and a lot of that was with purpose. It wasn't all just mucking around at the back. There was a little bit of that though, but a lot of it was going forward. But Richarlison's got to do better at finding himself in space. The number of times I was shouting at the TV last night to get onside because he was offside so many times. It was so frustrating to watch. So he's got to sort that out. But overall, it looked like the boys were trying. You know, looked like they were trying, and I think there's a lot more when we see Maddison and Basuma linking up, and Maddison and Kane. That's going to be exciting. Now the next game, Ange made a point of saying that some of the players he didn't play just because they came back late, like Dyer. He didn't play Sonny at all last night. There's a couple of other players, so it looks like they're going to get a look in. But did it tell us anything we didn't know about our defence? Probably not. It wasn't dreadful. You know, it wasn't as piss poor as we've seen it last year. In fact, I thought Tanganga in the first half as a defender wasn't too bad. It's just the fact that when he's got the ball, he doesn't really know what to do with it. But Sanchez is a write-off either way. I mean, hopefully we're going to get an offer for him and he's going to go off to Moscow or Galatasaray. Lo Celso scored as well, and that puts does that put fans in a quandary? Because I don't think Lo Celso is many people's favourite player, but he scored a goal and didn't actually play too bad. Is it a resurgence for him, or do we want to get rid of him anyway? Now we're going to have to, Ange is going to have to start whittling this squad down now. It's 31 players at the moment, so at least 6 have got to miss that cut. And you know, there's a few candidates sticking their hands up and shouting that, you know, they're not good enough to play for Tottenham. So you know, a couple of centre backs in this window would still be appreciated. But you know what? I think overall there was more to smile about than be sad about. At least, you know, for large parts of that game we gave it a bloody go. We gave it a go and we didn't get the result. West Ham, to their credit, you know, they were under a lot of pressure, but they took their chances and we didn't. I thought Vicario was all right in goal, and was it Dealey in the second half? He was all right. Both of them looked like they were way better with the ball at their feet than Hugo has been for the last couple of years. So that's something else that's good that's come out of it. So this is just the start of the journey. This is the start of the Ange Postecoglou choo-choo. Different style of play. It's going to take time, but you know what? It could have been a lot worse for the first time out playing in a new style with not a huge amount of preparation. You know, maybe things are promising. Maybe things are promising. I'm excited to see how they turn out at the next game. Anyway, as always, folks, leave your comments below. I don't always reply, but I do read them, and it's cool. So, peace and love to you all, and come on, you Spurs.